congratulations to Brown. They were certainly and by far the better team today. You know, when we got paired with them, we knew they would be a challenge, and we knew the style of play that they employed would be challenging for us, and certainly it was. You know, unfortunately, the stats really bear out the picture. I thought in the first quarter we did a good job of kind of getting a hold of their offense, limiting their, you know, the looks. You know, we kept Malloy and Blinn and Balestri under control in the first quarter, and then, you know, like they can get away from you, and it got away from us. I thought we hung our heads a little bit in the third quarter and then fought back, but you know, at the end of the day, the stats say it all. When you look at it, 46 to 34 shots, ground balls were 40 to 24, and you look at the face-off X, 20 of 28 they are. You can't beat a team like that playing that much defense. You know, we talked about not giving up transition off the face-off, and I think they got 3. They're a very good team. Like I said, they deserve to win today, and for us, I'm obviously disappointed about the loss, but I'm more disappointed to say goodbye to our senior class. And you know, they've helped us do some great things. Final Four last year, and they've been terrific young men. So for a coach, you know, every season ends, and you know, most folks move on and start looking to next year. You know, for us, it's goodbye to a group of guys you've been spending 4 years with every day for 9 months. So I don't get to see Holden Cattoni like I have ever again. So, you know, obviously a very disappointing loss. I certainly take full responsibility for it. You know, we got our tails kicked, and they played better than us. But equally as important is, you know, was a huge thank you to our senior class.
Questions? Coach, you'd opened the last 2 years, you went on the road first round of the tournament. So you guys kind of had that experience coming here. What did you want to accomplish maybe in that first 5 or 10 minutes?
Well, you know, we had to establish, you know, ourselves defensively, and I thought we did in the first quarter. You know, you look at the first quarter, it's 2-0. I don't know that anybody's held them to 2 goals in a quarter. But then you look at it, and it's 4, then it's 8. And you knew coming into the game, they make runs, they play in spurts, and they play in large spurts. And unfortunately, it really got away from us in that in the third quarter.
You know, I thought in those your first 2 possessions, you had two pretty solid looks. Were those the kind of things where you needed to get that first goal just to give you guys that mental edge?
I don't know that we needed to get the first goal. I think what we needed to feel like was we could create good opportunities, and we did. But you know, you take your hat off to the kid in the cage. He's had a great year. You know, when we did spring open and we did get some opportunities, you know, he closed the door. He made a couple of spectacular ones. You know, and again, you look at them, and they have one of the top 2 face-off, 3 face-off guys in the country. He did that today. They got one of the top 2 or 3 goalies in the country. He played that way today. And you know, you look at their attack, and they account for over 60-65% in their scoring. And you look at it, and it's 4, 4, and 3. Everything we said they couldn't do, they did. And you know, that's on me. You know, maybe our game plan wasn't appropriate. We tried to press out on 4 for a while, and I thought it worked early, and then he just got some goals other ways. So, you know, hats off to Lars and his staff. They've done a good job with this group, and very senior-laden group. You know, for us, you know, a lot of new faces given the injuries. Look, I will tell you this: I'm proud as hell of my team. You know, given the fact that we lose 4 of our top 6 midfielders, and we're playing a new goalie, and 2 new starters on defense, and a new pole, to be here, while it's not our standard, and it isn't our standard, and we're not pleased about the outcome, you know, for us to overcome that was a lot, and I think that bore itself out a little bit today too.
When you look at their goaltender, face-off guy, and Tack, blocking Kemp, they appear to have no real weakness. What is somebody going to have to do to beat them?
Well, you know, they've been beaten, so I mean, obviously they can be, but what you can't allow, you know, they thrive off a face-off transition. It's amazing how excited they get when he gets a goal. You can't play in broken situations. You got to be really clean in the way you play. You got to finish your opportunities. If you don't, you got to get your tail in the hole and play 6-on-6, and then you can't let them play in space. This is a very good team and very deserving of the seeding that they got, you know, and it was just, you know, it's a group that someone's going to have to play very well to beat because, you know, the one thing that they have is they have seniors and they have senior leadership. And when you're, you know, better players are your seniors and they're playing well, that matters for an awful lot.
Holden, was there any sense of intimidation or fear coming here, and because of what you guys have been through in the past, playing on the road for these first rounds?
No, I don't think anyone was intimidated by the game or by the stakes. We've been here before, especially for the seniors and the juniors, given the past 2 years at Virginia. I don't think it was that we were intimidated. We just didn't play the way we're capable of today, and we got what we deserved.
Was there, I mean, when did you kind of feel it slipping away? Was it during that late run they made in the second?
I felt confident at halftime that we could come back. I mean, only 4 goals. We're among the most efficient offense in the country, and when we get our possessions, we can definitely get back in the game, any game. When they started going on a run in the third quarter, and it's getting into close to 10 is the gap. That's when we started, I think, pressing a little bit more than we would like, and we got away from what we needed and kind of dug us a little bit deeper of a hole, unfortunately. So I think that's the quarter that you can look at and definitely say that's when we kind of lost the game.
You know, you just say when we could get possession. Was that the frustrating part, that you weren't getting those possessions because their guy was so dominant?
Definitely, he's a great face-off guy. I think the hardest part about being an offensive player with a good face-off guy is that you just don't get an offensive rhythm. You don't touch the ball as much as you would like. We just didn't do what we needed to do.
It's tough chipping away when you don't get that chance.
Absolutely. It's nice to be able to go on a run, and to get on a run, you need to have multiple possessions in a row and have a face-off guy. Like, it's nothing against our face-off guys. It's a unit thing. It's a team thing. We should never put them in a position where we need a face-off for us to get back in the game. So it's really the whole team. It's not any one person or any position that we have on the field.
Good time for one more.
Coach, it seemed like offensively in the beginning you were attacking just the shorties, and they actually seemed very tired going into the second quarter. Just couldn't get quality shots after that. Was that kind of your idea going in?
You know, look, you know, everybody wants to talk about their offense. You know, give their defense some credit. They've been a good unit. They've been a good unit throughout the year. They play very different. They play very disruptive. You know, I equated this to our guys like Navy and Notre Dame in football. You know, Notre Dame, and I don't mean talent-wise, I just mean stylistically. You know, Notre Dame plays a certain way, and then all of a sudden they have this 1 week where they play this team that does things very different. So your reads are different, your coverages are different. We don't play this style. We don't see much of this, you know, and we were challenged by this style with Rutgers. And we knew we'd seen it. We'd hoped we'd learned some valuable lessons, you know, and, you know, to their credit, they were able to do the things that they wanted to do. And maybe we needed to have a better plan. We zoned a little bit, but then when we got behind, didn't feel like we could really go to the zone. And, you know, as Holden alluded to, you can't chip away when you don't have possession, you know, and the more chaotic the game gets, the better they get. You know, they thrive in that scenario. I very much felt like the Maryland game where in the third quarter it got away from us. But that's a credit to their staff and their kids. They did a great job. They'll be a tough out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.